everyone, I'm Allison Waters, and my family and I have been members of Holy Trinity since 2019, so shortly before the pandemic. We came to Holy Trinity because we were looking for a church. We had not been members of a church since before the children were born, and we were looking for a place where our kids could grow up in church and hopefully become confirmed members on their own, and for all of us to grow together. And it helped that Holy Trinity was convenient to our neighborhood here in Leesburg. We've enjoyed getting to know people at Holy Trinity, and it helped that I grew up in an ELCA church. I was born and raised, confirmed in an ELCA church, and so a lot of the traditions and the programs were familiar to me, but it was also new. And it's one of the things we like most about Holy Trinity is it's both traditional in some ways and new in some ways, in the sense of being very welcoming and open to all members of our community. I joined the church council in the summer of 2020, and so this is my third year now. And I, of course, originally joined council because I was asked as a volunteer, and I've wanted to join as a way to really get to know more people in the church and to see more about the ways of how the church works and more about what we were involved in. It was hard during the pandemic because so many things stopped, but it has been a pleasure to see sort of behind the scenes of everything that goes into making Holy Trinity. Yes, Nate was confirmed, my son Nate was confirmed last May, and so he went through 2 years of the program, and he also received his First Communion at Holy Trinity, and it was a very good experience. He really enjoyed the classes. He liked them better when they were in person instead of being online because of COVID, but he really learned a lot. He's very interested in the theology and sort of the historical aspects, and it was really nice to be able to see him develop his own faith, and he wanted to do confirmation on his own. We did not ask him to do it, or we did not force him to do it, and it was really a very strong and very growth experience for him. And our daughter right now is just about the age to begin confirmation, and we look forward to her being able to have that same experience and hopefully meet a group of kids at Holy Trinity that can grow together through this.
Good.
We've done a few activities at Holy Trinity now that things are ramping up again. I even went to the crab feast in July, even though I don't eat shellfish, but the kids were there, and it was a fun experience and definitely something we'd like to repeat. It's also been part of our membership at Holy Trinity. Our kids have served as acolyte and crucifer at the services, and they enjoy that. I acolyted several times when I was in confirmation. We had required hours and a required number of times we had to acolyte, but there's no such requirement at the Holy Trinity program. So my kids do it because they actually like being a part of the service. So we are looking forward to communion at the rail returning so that they can have a more active role. Now, as we're going forward, we are excited about a lot of different things going on at Holy Trinity. One is the possibility of some kind of relationship with St. Gabriel's Episcopal Church. They bring a lot of energy and a lot of devotion to their mission, so we are very excited about the possibility of partnering with them in some way. And another thing I'm actually looking forward to is the different events that we are talking about for the Christmas season. One will be a St. Lucia Day celebration, which I actually grew up celebrating. My grandfather was a Swedish immigrant, and he was a lifelong practicing Lutheran, lived to be 100 years old, and went to church almost every Sunday of his life in those 100 years. So I actually grew up going to St. Lucia Day festivals, which was not really a religious celebration. It was more of a cultural and just neighbor and friends group. But I'm looking forward that we can do something like this at Holy Trinity for our Christmas season. And for the future, I'm involved with the stewardship campaign. So as we begin our fall stewardship campaign, we're looking forward to the growth and seeing the devotion of our members to Holy Trinity and its mission. And as we try to resume normal life after COVID, we're looking forward to some programs starting back up. And even though we're going to miss Pastor Jerry a lot, we look forward to see what is going to happen, what God brings us in the future.